Well, I haven't talked about Virginia. There's a lot of videos, a lot of people talking about it, and I haven't talked about it yet. And a lot of things I've seen, a lot of things I've read, a lot of videos I've seen. It's just pure insanity that's going on. I mean, that guy, Governor Blackface, he's asking for a civil war. I mean, that's really what he's doing. You know, I mean, it's crazy. I've seen all kinds of stuff. Not sure how much truth to some of it is. You know, we're talking about pretty much gun confiscation, door to door. Now they're talking about registering, grandfather clause, maybe stepping back a little bit. I don't know. You know, I don't know how. You know, that's unacceptable. Anything is unacceptable that they're proposing. Totally unacceptable. Unconstitutional, unacceptable, period. Period. You know, some of the things I've seen, you know, they're talking about calling in the National Guard. I've also seen where the National Guard says they won't comply, but some of the stuff that I've seen, it's the National Guardsmen, you know, one or two people talking about not complying. Now, is that on the whole? Are they speaking for the whole? I don't know. I hope so. I hope they won't comply. And if they are ordered to do so, I hope they rise up, stand down from that order basically, and surround his governor's mansion and arrest him. Because they have all taken oaths, you know, to protect and defend the Constitution, which the Second Amendment is part of, your Bill of Rights. Now, you know, one thing that I think of is any politician or any official that swears an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, one of the things I always think and always say, that they place their hand on that Bible and they swear an oath to do it. Now, if you're a politician, military, police, any position where you are sworn, you swear that oath to protect and defend the Constitution, and you do not, and you work actively against it, then you are in breach of contract and should be immediately ousted. You should either step down yourself or get thrown out on the steps. That's just how I feel about it. Because you swear on that oath, and if you do not uphold your promise, then you're ineffective. You're not doing your job that you swore an oath to do. Now, you have Governor Blackface, who is promising to ban and confiscate firearms. And like I said, I've heard about calling in the National Guard. I even read a report. Now, I don't know how true this is. I even read a report that said that he may call in UN troops. Now, don't take that as truth for sure, because I don't know if that's true or not. I have not heard anything else about it, or if it's just one of those fake news sites or something. But even if it is true, something he's considered, I'm not sure he could do that at a state level. You know what I mean? Calling in UN troops. I'm not sure he could actually do that himself without having to go through, you know, other elements of the federal government to call those in. And speaking of federal government, why I'm actually kind of doing this video is, where's Trump in all of this? Where's him saying something about this, anything? You know, you see his speeches at his rallies and things like that, and one of his things is that, you know, your Second Amendment is safe. You know, he always, every speech that he does at a rally, your Second Amendment is safe, he says. Promise to protect it. Now, I know we're talking Virginia on a state level, but at the same time, that is a constitutional liberty in that document, you know, because those rights are given to you by God. Freedom to defend yourself, freedom to live, to protect yourself. But the document puts it on paper that says that the government won't do it. Now, we've seen all kinds of infringements over the years, and to be honest, you know, Trump wasn't my first choice as a president, but I like a lot of what he does. I don't like some stuff that he does. You know, he's not perfect. No, he's not perfect. But where is he in all this? You know, he's already done more gun control than the last guy that we had. And we all swore he was going to be doing what Governor Blackface is doing right now. And he didn't. He didn't do anything, which is shocking. But you know, with the bump stock thing, you know, I was never a fan personally of bump stocks, but I don't think they should have been banned. You know, I mean, it was just a gimmicky thing to me. But if you want to have them, then have them. You know, it's no big deal to me if you own them. But it's a big deal if they take them away, because that's just the beginning of a domino effect of other things. You know, I think the ATF and all that stuff has listed some other firearms now as NFA items and reclassified them as some destructive devices and stuff when they weren't before. And basically some short barrel shotguns and some short barrel, you know, some short barrel rifle and pistols. So you better check that into that, because some things you might get in trouble for, because of I haven't heard anything else about it except through one place. Now, Trump, where are you at though? Where are you at? Why haven't you spoke out about this? Why haven't you said anything? Why haven't you put a stop to this? You know, protector of the Second Amendment, where are you? I haven't heard one word from you about Virginia. It's on the edge of a civil war. Where are you at? I mean, because these people, you know, and like the rest of us, they are not going to do this lightly. They are not going to give this up. And if they keep pushing this, they're in for a world of hurt. They have no idea what kind of can of whoop ass and shit that they have stirred up and opened. Because, I mean, like me and like everybody else who believes in their God-given rights to defend themselves, their liberties, their freedoms, we're not going to go away. And we're not going to be silent. And you're going to have one hell of a time trying to implement that law or whatever you want to call it. Because it is unconstitutional what they're doing. Totally, 100,000,000%. And he should be ousted. You know, Northam. He should be gone. They should, you know, the guy, he's already bad news anyway. But this right here, I mean, it really puts it over the top. But that's my thing, though, is that where's Trump in all this? Where's him talking about protecting the Second Amendment? Now, I know that many of those, almost all the counties in Virginia, most of them, have named themselves Second Amendment sanctuaries. Now, the governor and his cronies and things are not going to recognize those. You know, locally, sheriffs and things like that are. And I'm glad that many of them are standing up and say they will not comply with this. And that's the way it should be. And I'm glad of that. But when it comes to gun bans and things like that, we always look to the federal government. They're going to come in one big sweep and do it. No, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be at the state level. What's going on right now with Virginia and some other states and things like that. You know, you've got California, we all know who's insane out there with their laws and things like that. But Virginia really is being pushed. Even, I mean, they're talking total ban in that state. That's the deal. California, you know, there's kind of a, you know, area where you can still have certain things, but not in Virginia. They're wanting total ban. But so that's my thing. State level is where all this stuff is going to happen at. So get out. You know, you got to get out there. You got to vote on your state leaders and things like that, and know which ones are going to stand with what. But that's where the real battle is going to happen. Just keep paying attention to Virginia. Keep standing with them. Keep speaking out, even if you don't live there, which I don't. But I stand with them. But I would like to see Trump say something and end this, you know, saying that, hey, we're not going to let that happen. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Where's Trump in all of this in Virginia? The guy who swears that he's going to protect your Second Amendment, which he's already infringed on anyway. But this is like total insanity here for sure. Keep it heavy.